Hey guys, Jake the Motorhead here. Yesterday we went flying from Prescott Airport for my 6th time. Shout out to Lenore Aircraft and the Young Eagles for letting me and other kids from the age of 8 to 17 take this flight. I'll link both of their websites down in the description so you can fly for free. So we flew around 2,500 to 3,000 feet above Prescott. We did fly over the Dells, which is not included in the video. I personally flew around 10 to 15 minutes, which I didn't film because I had both hands at the controls. So, me personally, I did a 20-degree turn. The biggest we did was a 25-degree turn. We did no stalls today. It was a beautiful day for flying today. There was about 0 to 4 knots of wind, which is around 0 to 5 miles an hour of wind, so not too much. The turbulence, there wasn't much, but it did get to a little bit when we climbed above 7,500 feet. So we're reviewing the weather on an app called ForeFlight, which every pilot uses almost to check the weather. We're reviewing the control surfaces in pre-flight. Sorry about the terrible filming. We're reviewing the elevators and the rudders, which is what you use to control turns and pitch. This is inside the airplane, which is a Cessna 162. Here we're around 8,000 feet above sea level, which in Prescott is 2,500 to 3,000 feet above ground level. This airplane is really fun. The controls are much lighter than a Cessna 172, although the controls are pretty similar, as you can see with the alternator and the battery switch. And all the light controls are just to the right of it. Most of them are on currently, except the landing one on the far right. This one has ADS-B, which was added later, as well as the Garmin system with terrain read, which basically allows you to look at the terrain without having to look outside, although it's not suggested. The only reason you'd use that is in instrument flying, which this airplane isn't rated for. You could see it has a thing called a stoke, which is basically a stick that comes from a position where a yoke would normally be. So it's an interesting control system, but really easy to get used to, actually. Surprisingly interesting. Has the everything knob, as I like to call it, as do most Garmin systems and most avionics. Because this one is a light sport, as are all Cessna 162s, it means that the weight limit is 1,335 pounds with fuel, passengers, and airplane. This one is, I believe, around 600 pounds without any fuel or anything in it, so you do have to be cautious of the weight. Now we're currently on short final to Prescott Airport. In case you're wondering, yes, currently we are a little bit high. The flight instructor is descending a little bit to get more online. Big shout out to Lenore Aircraft for operating the local EAA chapter's Young Eagles program, which allowed me to take this flight for free. And also shout out to Joey, the flight instructor, who let me film during this flight.
Gracie?